I came from a very humble background. I think that background shaped me to be what I am. I was going for a burial somewhere with my mom. Then I saw a very big aircraft. The people who were coming for the burial there was somebody who flew in with a helicopter. So as a young boy in class 5 by that time, I really admired to one day work in an aircraft. A university degree, I was supposed to come and do Bachelor's of Education. But because of my dreams, within the neighborhood, I approached a guy who I knew was in the aviation. That guy was very sarcastic. He took time to laugh, and then he told me, you know what, I know your family. Even if the whole of your clan could be auctioned, you cannot afford one semester for an aviation. So somebody else again told me, there's an easy way of joining aviation by first joining the military. And lucky me, in the year 1991, I was able to go through the military recruitment, and I joined the Kenya Air Force, who gave me an opportunity to do aviation. But now in me, there are two things that makes me up. Aviation and security, because I trained in the military as a security person and also as an aviator. The biggest lesson that I think I can share to everybody there confidently is the power of a dream. I'm Simon Macharia, the Director, Sigmak Security Services.
Hello everyone, welcome to Adventures in Business on Influencer TV Kenya. My name is Joan Mwaneki, and joining us today is the visionary founder of Sigmak Security Company, a company that is very fast growing in the market of security in Kenya, and it's well known for delivering smart, reliable, and very professional protection services. We have this chance to just listen to the founder and know how the company came about. So let's dive into the story, get to know the challenges that he faces, and whatever exactly sparked the idea of this business. Thank you so much, first of all, for visiting us.
Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
I'm Simon Macharia, the Director, Sigmak Security Services. As my sister said earlier, we are fast growing in Kenya. But maybe one thing that she did not mention is we started this company 4 years ago in a country called the Democratic Republic of Congo. And actually that is where our headquarters are. So when we talk about Sigmak Security Services, our headquarters are in Goma, DRC, and we are actually very big there. But we also want to appreciate because for the short time that we've come into Kenyan market, we've really been doing very well. So that is who we are, Sigmak Security Services.
all right, amazing. So I would love us to just go direct to the conversation. Thank you so much for introduction and telling us more about Sigmak. But for now, maybe you could tell us like of your background, how you grew up, like the kind of a family you came from, and also growing up, did you think that one time you would have such a company that deals with security services?
Thank you very much. Actually, when you talk about my history, I think I can take a whole hour, but we don't have that time. So you'll just allow me to give a quick brief of who I am and where I'm coming from and different experiences in my life that shaped me to be who I am today. I come from a county called Trans Nzoia County. That is in the Rift Valley, the old Rift Valley. And I grew up, I came from a very humble background. That is one thing I like mentioning every given time because I think that background shaped me to be what I am. Now, as a very young boy, when I was growing up, I encountered something that changed my life. I was going for a burial somewhere with my mom. Then I saw a very big aircraft somewhere parked because the people who were coming for the burial there was somebody who flew in with a helicopter. And I discovered that the pilot who had passed on was a pilot. So as a young boy in class 5 by that time, I really admired to one day work in an aircraft or on an aircraft. And the excitement made me to share my feeling with my mom, who in exchange gave me a very serious slap and told me, you are the most stupid out of my 10 kids that I have, because your dad cannot afford to buy a bicycle. How do you dream of even touching an aircraft? So after that experience, somehow I now grew up with a great desire to be associated with aircrafts. And that helped me to work very hard in my school, and I passed very well in my primary school, joining secondary school, of course with a lot of challenges there. But with that dream of working in an aircraft or on an aircraft, I kept moving. Now, when I finished my fourth form, I was supposed to come and do some university degree. I was supposed to come and do Bachelor's of Education, Kenyatta University by then. But because of my dreams and my desires to work on an aircraft, somebody told me that you can just go and do aviation somewhere. So within the neighborhood, I approached a guy who I knew was in the aviation. And when I just wanted some information about how I can join the aviation, that guy was very sarcastic. He took time to laugh, and then he told me, you know what, I know your family. Even if the whole of your clan could be auctioned, you cannot afford one semester for an aviation school. So again, out of that challenge, it made me more strong. So somebody else again told me there's an easy way of joining aviation by first joining the military. So look for a way, join the military, and the military will train you in aviation for free. Oh. So a new thing again was born in me, and that is joining the military. And lucky me, in the year 1991, I was able to go through the military recruitment, and I joined the Kenya Air Force, who gave me an opportunity to do aviation. So basically, I'm an aviator. And being an aviator, because I did 16 years of my life in military aviation, then after that I decided to join the civilian aviation. I got an opportunity to be in the Democratic Republic of Congo as an aviator. But now in me, there are two things that makes me up. Aviation and security, because I trained in the military as a security person and also as an aviator. Yeah. So while in the Democratic Republic of Congo, I realized that with the amount of money that I have, I cannot afford to buy an aircraft. So what other opportunity was available for me? It was now to look at my background, something that I think I know very, very well, and that is security. And that is how the idea of starting up an aviation company came up. And I was able to start this company, Sigmak Security Services, as what we call in Kenya here a side hustle. So while in the aviation, I was able to start this company in DRC Congo. And I will say with the very many challenges here and there, doing the business in security brought in a new passion in me, in matter security. And now that is why I'm in this business, not only because it is a business that can give me money, but it gives me a lot of satisfaction because of the passion that I have in security issues.
Right. So all this started because of passion, aviation passion. That is how you ended up in the security, like the military. That's how you learned about security and everything.
Yes.
With all that, how has the journey been, and what is one lesson that the whole of that thing taught you? Like you did this because of this other thing. So in there must have a very great lesson.
The biggest lesson that I think I can share to everybody there confidently is the power of a dream and desire. If you really dream of something in your life and you believe in that dream, it gives you the energy to overcome any type of a challenge. I'm a Christian, and there is a scripture that I really love. It says that, and For the joy set before him, he overcame the pain of the cross. That is Jesus. So it's that says that the cross and the crucifixion and all, it was not a sweet experience. But what gave him the energy to overcome that was the joy that was set before him. Now, when we set things ahead of us in life, what I want to achieve, what I want to be, it gives you the energy and the power to overcome a lot of many challenges that will come your way. So I think it is all about having dreams in your life and vision, what you really want to be or what you want to make in life.
Allow me to ask if you left military. And
Yes.
if you did, just tell us the reason why.
Thank you very much. One of the things that I'm very proud of is I served my country as a soldier for 16 good years and left honorably with a very high commentation called long service good conduct. That means for the 16 years that I served, not even one time was I charged for having done any mistake or done anything wrong. But I'm a person who allowed myself to be driven by dreams and desires. I saw a bigger thing out there that maybe I could not have received while in the military, and that is why I said after 16 years of service, let me try it out there. So in a simpler term, I would say I left for greener pastures.
Okay, so it's actually possible for someone to just live in the military. Like there are no so much rules given in there when it's time to leave.
There are rules, but the military operates with contracts. After you finish a certain number of years, you are free to leave. They give you that opportunity to decide to continue working or to leave. So I personally finished what I was supposed to do. I had an opportunity to continue or to leave, so I chose the choice of leaving.
Okay,
Yes.
so now back to the Sigmak company. The fact that it is started in DRC, Congo, that's a foreign country for you.
Yes.
So how was the whole thing of you having to set up a business over there before coming to your country to go on with it?
One of the things that made me make that type of decision, I was looking at the time aspects. Because of the nature of my job, I was spending more time in Congo than in Kenya. Many times some of these businesses, when you start them, they really need your personal input before you can develop other people who will share the vision with you and be able to work with you and in most cases do what you are supposed to do. So it's easier to start a business that at the very initial levels you are the one managing it. So because I was spending, I will say roughly, in the past I've been doing 8 months in Congo. In a year now, when you talk about 8 months in Congo, that means in Kenya I'm only here for 4 months. Then there was more time in Congo. That's why I chose to start there and not here. But now you know what has been happening in Congo for the last few months. It has not been possible for us, especially foreigners, to stay there because of the war. So my time at home has been a blessing in disguise. That's why I've decided to start this company here.
Okay, and now being that in Congo there is a situation and it has definitely affected the business in one way or another, which one, like you have already mentioned one, but I'm sure there are pretty others that you can tell us.
Now, the war in Congo has not directly affected the security business.
Okay.
Because actually this is a time that our services are needed more than when there was no war. Because most of the people decided to run away from their homes. They still need our services to guard their homes while they are away. So it has not really affected the business as such. But I would say that it has been good for me because I had not taken it so serious on how I can do the same business in Kenya. But now, because personally I cannot be in Congo, the time that I've been around, I decided to try it out. And I think I'm learning something that I didn't know. I'm looking at it like Kenya has a better opportunity than Congo for the short time that we've operated around.
Yeah, in fact, I was to ask you, like, between DRC and now, because you're also trying Kenya, like, which one is doing better? But with that, since you have already talked about it, we haven't talked about the services that you offer in your security firm. Of course, security means it's all about protection services, but there are quite many diverse and different. So maybe you can just mention the ones that you offer in your company.
Okay, thank you very much. As you rightfully said, when you talk about security, we are talking about protection of people and property against threats. So a security becomes a requirement where threat exists. When you ask many people why they don't have bodyguards, they'll tell you that they fear nothing because they have nothing to lose. But when somebody is walking around with a lot of money, maybe is having a lot of enemies, you've stolen a lot of things from people, or maybe you are a certain person in the society, then your life is more threatened, and that calls for security. So security is response to threats. And anything that has a certain level of threat requires and deserves security. So basically, security is done according to individual needs. We have things like residential security. When you talk about residential security, that means in your home, you feel like there are a few threats here and there that requires to be taken care of by security. Now, us as a private security firm, as you know, in this country, not like in other countries, in this country, private security firms are not allowed to use firearms. Now, that limits the level of how much somebody can deter criminal activities, because some of the criminals will come with sophisticated weapons. But us now, we tried to put it in different categories. We have what we call on-site guarding. On-site guarding is when we are called to do residential guarding, premises guarding, and any type of a setup where our services will be to provide security services by bringing guards. We call them trained guards. Then other than that, we also do what we call patrol guarding. Patrol guarding is when there is a certain perimeter or a certain length space that needs to be secured. So we'll have some guards who will be walking around and just confirming that everything is in place. And then we have what we call event security. When people are having occasions, maybe weddings or any type of occasion, we also provide those type of services. We call them event security. Other than that, sometimes our security requires backup of animals, and that is why we also have the dog breeding section, where we can supply services of security with dogs. We can train dogs, or we can sell trained dogs. So that is another section of our security services that we offer. We also do what we call technology security. Technology security involves a surveillance system, that is CCTV installation and management. We also have access control systems like biometric and card systems. That is for access. We have the alarm systems. All those are under technology security that we also do. And lately we are working on what we call personal security, that is bodyguard. That's a different department. We are not yet there, but soon we'll be launching that as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So there are several companies that deal with there are several companies that deal with security matters as well.
Yes.
And you being a few years here in Kenya into the business,
Yes.
What makes you stand out in your business?
Number one thing I've learned in life is if you really want to improve yourself and actually do something that is so good, try to embrace competition. Competition builds, it does not destroy. Because when you have somebody to try and mirror yourself with, it makes you better. Now, as a new entry into this space, I look at myself as a young sibling among many other bigger ones. So there are those that I learn from, and it is out of that knowledge that I make myself better. So one of the things, and of course now my background, the military background, that invests a lot in training, I think that is one of the things, and I'm talking about discipline training. I think that is one of the things that is really giving us a very big advantage in these markets when we are producing highly trained security guards. Another thing that we are also investing a lot in is motivating the guards. Because these are the frontline soldiers. These are the people who are actually carrying our flag there. So when a security guard is demoralized, their services are very low, and the client will not be happy. But the more you motivate your security guards, they are always happy, jovial. We've gotten a lot of assignments out of the performance of our guards. So motivating them has been another very big thing that has helped us to grow.
Right, so I really want to know the challenges that you face in this sector, and also, based still on the challenges, I want to find out if there are challenges that you face in DRC but you do not face them in Kenya.
Yeah, quite a lot. Now, when you talk about the general challenges that we face, number one, when you talk about security business, is a labor-intensive business. You're really dealing with so many human beings. And everybody will tell you that managing human beings is not the easiest thing, because everybody comes with his own way of thinking, the way they want to do their stuff. So that is the first big challenge that we have. Keeping up to the client's expectation by having the right guarding staff. So many times you have to get some disciplined, some may be fired, just to keep a certain standard. So that is one of the biggest challenges that we have. Another big challenge that we have is some assignments that we are given are quite hostile. And as I said earlier, you're dealing with people who are not armed with guns. But some of the areas that we are given are quite challenging. Now, the other general challenge that I will say everybody else is experiencing, I don't think this is unique with the security business, is any business is so much controlled by the economic situation of a country that you're operating in. Because by the end of the day, you need to equip your security guard. You need to keep them. Now, how are things changing? Like I was just checking, when you talk about the walkie-talkie radios, just a few days ago, you could get a pair at 3,000. Today is 5,000. So with those fluctuating prices, it also gets so harsh on us sometimes. Now, the biggest advantage and why I really want to concentrate more now in Kenya is Kenyan systems are more clearer in terms of what are the compliance requirements and what do you pay for each compliance. Unlike in DRC, sometimes it can be very hectic. There's nowhere you can really find or be guided on what are the compliance requirements. So you just open an office, a guy comes, I'm from this government agency, you need to pay this. 5 minutes later, there's another one also. So there's a lot of that mix-up that makes it very expensive to run a company. So I would say in DRC, whatever income you get, I think the government gets more than a half of what you make. So that makes it more difficult as compared to Kenya.
All right, guys, right now we are going to take a short break, and we are coming back to continue with this beautiful conversation. I'm sure we have not had this kind of a conversation before, but just wait for us. We are coming back. Thank you. It's your girl, Joanne Mwaneki, and this is Prime House Interiors Limited. And today we are at Panari, Mombasa Road. We want to show you one of the spaces that we designed. But trust me, Prime House is always the best. So welcome to Riro Porimi.
I was looking for someone who could be able to design this small space for us, because it's a lean office. And I wanted something majestic, something beautiful, something simple. I love simplicity by all means. Many people get these things from referrals, but I got Prime House Interiors from the internet. One of the key positives was the speed of response, and then of course we started the journey from that point on. This work was done in 2023, but every time I have called the director for Prime House Interior, he has come here and rectified certain areas, and it is actually absolutely free of charge. Majority of people will give you timelines, and they will tell you after 6 months, I think everything else that you call us in for will be payable. I think many of the clients that have walked into this office, I will tell you, one of the compliments they've always given is regarding this space and the good design that is in the office. If people externally can see it, then you can imagine what I'm thinking personally. The job was well done. I stick to the supplier that has made things work for me, and I would highly, definitely recommend Prime House Interiors. My name is Riro Eno. I'm the director of Riro Porini Tours and Safari. We are offering safaris to people who love to travel.
If you are complaining about your interior or exterior design, where are you looking? Because you're definitely not looking at Prime House. You heard from the director of Riro Porini, and there is not much we can say anymore. Just trust us. See you next time.
I said the truth and nothing the truth, so help me God.
Thank you so much. We are back and ready to continue with this conversation. Just stay with us so that you can get the knowledge and everything that you deserve to know from this. Haya, enjoy break yako?
Yeah, that was a nice one. And thank you so much for what you gave me here. So sweet.
All right, okay, karibu sana. So we are okay to endelea na the conversation?
Yes.
All right. So my next question is, how do you recruit your employees? Like, how do you recruit and train?
Okay, thank you very much. Normally, it is a process. We start by advertising for vacancies.
Okay.
Once we've advertised, we shortlist the people who are interested. Then we conduct the first interview. That interview will help us see, because with security there are a few other things that we check other than your academic qualifications. We will also want somebody who is physically okay and all that. So during that time of the first interview, we are able at least to see the type of a person we want. After that, we send these people out for what we call vetting. Vetting is a process of checking the background of these individuals. Because in security sector, according to the law that we have today, you are completely not allowed to employ somebody with a criminal background. So we do the vetting, and once we are done with the vetting, then we plan for the trainings. And the trainings will, of course, we have a lot of things to teach them. There are theoretical trainings where they'll sit and be taught what security is, how security is done. Then there are other physical training that they do that will include what we call self-defense. They will also do a lot of parade, which is part of the discipline training that we do. So after that, we deploy this person in an assignment as a trainee guard until we get a positive recommendation from the people supervising him. That is when now we can entrust him with an assignment. Yes.
All right. And how easy or how hard is it to market and manage, or rather to penetrate in this kind of a business? Because it's not like a normal business where goods are just coming in and you make your sales. What does it take to convince someone?
Yeah, as you're saying, I believe penetrating, especially in a new market, for a security company is not a very easy thing, but it's possible. I'm saying it's not easy because, as I said earlier, security is called for when there is a certain threat, when somebody feels insecure. And when somebody is insecure, then he's a bit too sensitive with who to interact with or who to bring in on board. So a security business is not that type of a business where you can put some adverts or maybe give out some, say, brochures or something and you get a client. So initially what you really need to do is to try and build a very strong network. Initially you have to start with some sort of a networking, and maybe start with somebody who knows you and trusts you as a person. Then once you are able to get the first few assignments, make sure that your services are so good and noticeable. Then the business now starts selling itself. Today, most of the people, when they want to procure security services, they already have names of certain companies in their minds, just because they interacted with security guards from that particular company. So the initial bit, I think there could be other approaches, but the approach that I used is to try and network. And that one I'll encourage people to learn keeping good relationships. Because a person that knows you, trusts you, will easily give you a business. But after it has started, that business sells itself. It markets itself.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's say mtu ni jambazi or rather jangili.
Yes.
Okay, not in that direction, like they are doing extremely bad things, but tuseme wanaiba, you know, I don't want to mention the government.
Okay.
But okay, tuseme mambo kama hayo, mtu ni mbaya. I believe you know what I mean.
Yes.
And now this person wants protection. Do you offer protection? Do you offer your services to them?
Our services are not discriminatory. We don't discriminate people because of other personal things that they do. Because we have our guidelines and our limits. Our guards will not participate in doing bad things. If, for example, we are hired to guard a certain premises, that maybe the activities that are happening there are questionable. There is nowhere we are involved with the activities that are happening there.
Okay.
Our tasks and our assignment is clearly defined, and we work within our lines of service. If, for example, ours is to control access, that means there are specific type of people that we can allow in. That is exactly what we are going to do. If our assignment is to deter crime by physical presence, we just stand there, people see there is security, and the petty criminals will not come in.
Yeah.
If our assignment is to take care of an individual, we are going to do exactly that. The only thing we are not going to do is to be involved with their activities. But we don't discriminate when we give. Who we vet is our guards. We don't vet clients. So whoever the client is, whatever activities they are doing, we just keep our line of security.
Akuje tu hivyo.
Yes, yes, we do that. Because again, that is what security is all about. Is when somebody feels threatened, then we have to secure them.
Okay, have you had issues before of your employees maybe wameenda mahali and they are injured or something even worse happened to them?
In Kenya, no, but in Congo we've had a few cases. Some even involved some shootout. There was an issue between our security guard and the military forces. So those are things that happen. And this calls for what we call preparedness. Maybe there is something that we did not discuss earlier. Whenever you're doing your security assignments, the law requires of us to work closely with government security agencies. So, for example, the moment we are given an assignment in any particular area, the next thing that we have to do is to make a quick link with the government security agencies around there, so that in any case or in any situation where we'll require the reinforcement of the police, we have direct contacts and direct numbers that we can call, and then we can be supported. So we work very closely with them. Like the case I had in Congo, some junior ranked military officers actually were out to shoot our security guards because of very personal issues of, I don't know, I saw you talking to my girlfriend, and you know those petty things. And immediately we got that, and we knew that our guards were in danger because of the network that we use, and is a requirement, and all security companies do that. We had immediately to call for the military people, some senior military people, who came to our rescue. So there is always something called a rapid response. that is part of our operation of the private security organization.
And that's one thing that you assure the employees.
Yeah, we have to do that because, and of course, we also teach them. Remember, part of the security assignments or some of the duties they do is what we call evacuation and rescues.
Yeah.
So where there is fire, ethically, our securities must be actively involved in evacuating people. Where there is things like floods and all that, they are trained. We train them both on firefighting and evacuations. We train them on active shooting. When there is an active shooting, how and the way they should conduct themselves. So basically, we want them to be the leaders because they are guarding people. There is active shooting. Do they run away and leave these other people to be shot down? So we do all those trainings for them. But yes, when you are in this business, you must always be prepared for the worst, and that is why you really need to be prepared. There is a reinforcement that will take a maximum of certain time. We don't want a situation whereby there is a distress call from a certain assignment, then 1 hour later we've not responded.
Yeah.
So we don't expose them to those type of dangers. We make sure that they can get support in the shortest time possible.
All right, so now I'll give you this one chance to market your business. And then you also tell people that have been probably wanting to start up a security company how it is like and how they can start in case they have no, or okay, in case they completely have no knowledge on that, or they have just little knowledge. You can just talk to them and tell them something that is going to help them.
Thank you. Let me start with what you asked. Starting a business, that is one question that many people ask. And this is my version. For you to start a business and be successful in business, the first thing that you must understand is your strength. What are you strong in doing? Because we know it and we've been taught that every human being have got both their strengths and weaknesses. So what is that thing that you believe you are strong? My brother was talking about Chelsea. Unfortunately, I'm a very big fan of Chelsea. I love football a lot. That I cannot sleep when there is football. I have 2 legs, but the funny part of it is you give me a ball, I think I'll kick it to go reverse, not forward. That's how poor I am. So when you talk matters, strength and weakness, I'm so weak in playing football, as much as I love it a lot. So there are things that we love, but are we really sure we are able to do them? So once you discover what area you are strong in, you go to the next step, and that is passion. You develop passion for that thing. You really love it. You know what you're passionate of doing, you can go down several times, but you'll always find the strength to wake up and move on. So that is why the second step, I'm strong in this. Develop a passion in what you want to do. Then once you've developed passion and you are strong in that, go to the third thing, and that is knowledge. It's so bad when you try to do something that you have very limited knowledge in. Take time. Sometimes knowledge is not formal. I'm not saying that you have to go do your master's or your PhD. No. I'm saying just try to make sure that you have the right information about what you want to do. You have invested enough time and resource in your research. Then once that is set, you go. There is no way you're going to fail. Because who fails in his passion? No. What you love doing, you can go down 20 times, you still wake up and do it. That's the power of passion. You have knowledge. Knowledge will help you know that, yes, this one I think is not going right, but as per the information I had, there is this way to correct. So basically with that, you can do what you wish to do. So develop passion, know that you are strong in that particular area, then gather enough knowledge and start moving. Sometimes we are so limited by the required capital investment of the business you want to do. We say that you make the first step, then the rest will come. Try to, to scale down whatever big vision you want so that it can move in bits as you grow yourself. Coming to the other thing that you said about us, Sigmak Security Services, we are very proud to have entered this space of Kenyan security sector. We are very, very proud, and we really want to appreciate the very many people that have given us an opportunity. And I can confidently say that give a call to any of our clients, they will tell you what type of services we offer. So we are doing a good thing, and we are not yet there. We keep improving by day, and our improvement are running in the line of perfecting our trainings, because we strongly believe in training, exposing our people to the right experiences, and of course vetted people. That means people with a credible background, with no criminal records, and a very strict supervision. There are people who are hired and paid to make sure that you are getting the right service, and they'll move around the clock, 24 hours, just confirming that our guards are giving you the right services. We also invest a lot in giving our guards trainings on what we call customer care. We don't want those type of security guards who are just hostile. We want them to be people who can be trusted, people who can be loved. Okay? And of course, there is a big thing that we are doing that is giving us an advantage, is conforming to certain hygienic levels, making sure that our security guards are presentable and can interact with anyone freely. So there are quite a lot of things that we are doing, and we are also very friendly to clients. There are many times that we don't move around with, we say this is our package. We negotiate with our client and see what their budgets are, and we reason together so that he gets our service, but we are also able to keep the guards and of course keep the company running.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, in case somebody comes looking for you, they want your services, tell them where to get you.
Okay, thank you very much. We have our office headquarters in a place called Kikuyu, that is in Kiambu County. That is where our company headquarters are. But if you want our services, we have our operational office that deals with the issues of clients, the issue of giving out our services. It is in a place called Ruai, that is in Nairobi County, Ruai Kamulu Road, at a place called Stage Makongeni. So when somebody gets around there, opposite the SDA church, you will see our offices with a billboard of Sigmak Security Services.
All right, so nimechukua simu because of the next thing that I want to ask you.
Yes, please.
And we are done, by the way. For that part, we are done. And now we are getting into the quick fire questions.
Yes.
And I hope you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, singumu.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so number one, I'll ask, what's the biggest threat you ever got?
The biggest threat that I ever got as an individual
Yes.
was to lose my job when I really needed it.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I lost it.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Sorry. One thing that clients always get wrong.
One thing that clients get wrong, specifically on the security sector, is that the security guards are lowly educated and they know nothing.
Okay. The most requested service in your company?
It is on-site security guarding. Yes.
Okay. Which is more riskier between city and rural?
City.
Okay. What does Sigmak mean? Where did the name come from?
Sigmak is a combination of my two names. SIM for Simon. I'll not tell you what G is for, then there is Macharia.
All right. Tech or manpower?
Well, I didn't
Technology ama kwa ground?
for my case is manpower.
Manpower.
Yes.
And there is a question that we always ask our guests every other time. What's one thing that you can't stop buying?
One thing that I can never stop buying.
Even at gunpoint utanunua bado.
That's an orange.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh wow. I think you're the first person when you mention fruits, because everybody will mention material things. So that's unique. Yeah. We are done. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to be with you and have this conversation together. And yeah, all the best in your business, in your company. You're actually doing a very, very good job. So I'll just say congratulations. And karibu kwetu tena, haujafukuzwa. After now utakuja tena.
Thank you very much. Let me take this opportunity also to thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to the people. I really, really appreciate, and I'll look forward to come back again.
All right, guys, what an amazing time to have such an amazing conversation today. And I just hope that you watch this and get the best out of it. We have many times insisted on passion, but today, you know what we are insisting on? Dreams. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do not forget to do that any other time. Just finger your subscription button, share, like. By the way, when you come across our episodes, they are very helpful. Usijieke mwenyewe ama watch peke yako. Share to other people, at least to your friends, to your enemies, to your families. You know how that goes. All of our social media platforms also go by the name Influencer TV Kenya. To follow, tupe comments. Si tunafanya kazi poa. And finally, this beautiful episode has been proudly sponsored by Prime House Interiors Limited Company, a company that deals with interior and exterior designs, and you can find them at their website primehouseinteriors.co.ke, na wako social media zote kutoka YouTube kwenda Instagram, kwenda Twitter, kuingia Facebook. Sawa sawa. So when you miss out on the good opportunities that they have, hapo ni kwa ajili yako, lakini sisi tumekusaidia. So thank you so much. See you next time with the next episode. For now, goodbye with so much love.